Thank you very much for the warm welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, Daja Hao. It's even not easy for us to, to pronounce, so it's 50-50. It's a great honor for me to open the conference called Taiwan Czech Forum and Democratic Resilience. So I would like to thank the organizers, the European Values, and mainly Jakub Janda, the director and the National Taiwan University, represented here by Mr. Chen Weng-Chang. And let me also welcome here Mr. Roy Chun-Lee, the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs. It is very appropriate that our two nations cooperate in the field of democratic resilience. We share similar historical lessons, totalitarian regimes and human rights violations in the past. And today, large dictatorships in our regions who challenge us. The Czech historical lesson and European lesson learned today from the Russian war in Ukraine is clear. We need to deter the dictators from attacking. Appeasement never works. Democracies must be strong and willing to support each other. So, as Czechs, we know that we need to support and cooperate with Taiwan as the only way how to deter the totalitarians. They are more than one, unfortunately. Is to show will and capability to defend. Enemies of our freedom must know if you attack us, the price will be extremely high. But there is also the democratic defense. Beijing's regime must know that Taiwan has many good democratic allies. If Chinese Communist Party decides to attack Taiwan, they will fail. They will lose Europe in political and economic sense. It's our job to say it clearly. So there is no strategic ambiguity about that. Let me tell you why my country, the Czech Republic, is and wants to remain the best friend of Taiwan in Europe. Friendly political relations make it easier to help our economic and security cooperation grow. This is why Czech President-elect Petr Pavel held first ever call as a European elected head of state with President of Taiwan. And that is why our current government supports deeper engagement with Taiwan. In a Czech governmental Indo-Pacific strategy, Taiwan is mentioned by the name for the first time ever. In European context, we have already established unique economic relations. We want to be the shining example of how democratic countries can benefit from bilateral trade and cooperation. That is why I opened the Czech Hub here in Taipei to help Czech businesses to come here. I want everybody in Europe to hear and see that engaging with Taiwan is not only morally right, but it is also beneficial. When speaking of our great relationship, I also have to mention one name. The late Czech President Václav Havel, who was a great supporter of Taiwan and even visited your country in 2004. We are happy that we managed to bring an exhibition of Václav Havel's photographs, which is displayed right there in the other room. Václav Havel often spoke of the liberating power of truth. In his very first speech as president, he announced to the Czechoslovak people that he would not lie to them, and he adhered to it. He didn't care if the truth might cost him political points. He did what he thought was right and necessary. His courage to say unpleasant things and to confront us with the bare reality should be a model for all of us. His words of truth and love are belighted by many and literally despised by many, as if they were just a symbol of naivety. But we know how terrible it is to live in a mendacious society, and we have many tragic examples of what hatred can do to people. Václav Havel only summed up humanity's millennia-long yearning for justice and kindness in a nutshell, worthy of a great playwright, an ideal of the world to which we should all aspire. He often spoke of himself as a world citizen. He made it clear that everyone has a responsibility, not only for the space where they live, but also for everything in the world that is close to them and for which they are able to do something. He is not talk about values, he acted on them. This is also why he became one of the most respected men on the planet. And this exhibition shows that his legacy remains strong. Havel saw conscience as the basis of existence, as a trigger to try to do things right, and at the same time as an inner resistance, not to resort to populism and easy solutions. He always fought courageously for freedom, but he never considered freedom to be a value, allowing everyone to act as they please. Above all, he saw it as a huge responsibility for everyday human action, which conscience should keep on the right track. The Czech Republic is very fortunate to have had such a man leading our country. He was always able to articulate very precisely what is necessary for us to operate in the world with dignity, truth, clarity, and to achieve the goals we set ourselves. He paved the way and showed us the direction our politics should take. All we have to do now is to keep that course. Our government defined its foreign policy as a return to Havel's diplomacy and did not have to explain what that meant. Indeed, respect for human rights and support for partners in their struggle for freedom and democracy still embodies his very strongly. When I look around and see the photographs, my mind sincerely thanks him for the endless pool of things he inspired me with, as well as millions of people around the world. It is also to his inherent credit that I stand here today alongside by my Taiwanese friends. Without Václav Havel, the world of freedom and democracy would have had a much harder time. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming here today, both the conference and for as well the exhibition. And I wish you a great afternoon, great and fruitful discussions, and all the best for you. Stronger are we if we are together, so be together.
Because our President Chen is going to give you a present on behalf of NTU. Yes, please come forward, President Chen. group photo. So before we begin the panel discussion, it's time to have a group photo. So I have the instruction to our photographer. Okay, you have to change it? Okay. I would like to ask everyone to please stand up and move toward to the center of the forum, right? Yeah, they want you to stand up and move, squeeze to the center. I think probably we can stand up.